Hello everybody, this is the Birch-Koala crew here once again with more Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. This is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And today we are continuing on in the lab here where, as Doctor instructed, we now need to have to go somewhere to take a tour. And now that's not what it first sounds like, you sick bastards. Anyway, I had to wait out. I decided to wait around here a little bit because until I could be reckless, I just basically my mindset for this whole chapter in general, not just simply because some of the more annoying enemies were at the start of this mission, but just generally I like to be a little bit, if I can, I try to be as stealthy as possible during this because this is a relatively not the best chapter, but it's relatively good at getting some good stealth points.
And you're going to throw that 3D photo anytime soon?
Yeah, this is another item that if you find these, I would recommend holding on to them because in these situations, these are really goddamn valuable. Basically what they do is, well, as you can see here, distracts the enemy, so you can get some easy sneak kills on them. Very damn helpful. Distracting some annoying enemy.
Yeah, since the magazine won't cut it anymore. Get it?
Yeah. No magazine, but instead of
you'll make me proud.
And is it me or does that? It might just be me, but the entire model looks almost alarmingly close to the Fit Trainer model in new Smash Bros.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah. Anyway, if you were missing your nightmare fuel, here you get some.
Brains.
I'm not going to lie that well, it didn't practically like freak me out or anything, but the first time playing PC, that scene was a little bit unsettled. Which I welcome because I think that much that the whole thing is supposed to set here.
Yeah. No, children's brains too!
Yep. Sick bastard. Trust me, folks, it gets a hell of a lot worse towards the end. Or as we figure out the plan. God damn it. So satisfying. Speed rank not the best, but
Is it over?
For now, yeah. But that room, those were cyborg brain casings.
Duh, we saw.
George said they were harvesting organs from kids.
Yes, this must be why they are trafficking children. Perhaps other organs are being sold elsewhere, but they are definitely taking the brains.
Jesus, are they making these kids into cyborgs?
Wait, the cyborgs you've been fighting, did they seem like they might be kids? You said earlier that child soldiers have a telltale approach to combat.
Yeah, but I didn't see it here. Those weren't kids.
So, what? Desperados just doing the surgeries there?
We've got to do something about all those brains. And the other kids George was talking about. He just escaped a few hours ago. They couldn't have taken all their brains out that fast.
True. There could still be a bunch of kids they haven't touched yet.
I better move.
I'd say. Yeah. Now, These bastards are basically carving up kids and turning them into cyborgs. As for exactly what purpose? Goodness. Well, that will be revealed a little bit later down the road. But now, let's do something that we're only going to do once and never touch upon again in this game, sadly.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
Splendid! It is all ours. Now, use it to locate a data input terminal.
Oh yeah, by the way, tip for this section,
You guys are pretty
you can
jumpy now.
knock out these
Any funny
enemies
business?
if you
And they might just open
sneak
fire.
behind them and knock them out, but don't even bother with that,
Try
just
latching
simply
onto
get to your
Cyborg's heads from
destination.
behind. Then, an
That's
electric
from
shock
point A
should
to
knock them
point B,
unconscious.
and you are pretty much guaranteed the score or S rank in this. There you go.
That terminal
why
is
they
most
keep
likely
up there.
designed to download
Well,
mission
okay, I
data
guess
and
they
such
give
into
up
the
the option
UGs.
to knock out the
Let's try
enemies.
using it to access the lab
Provided,
server.
perhaps later to get to the room easier, but I'm not even sure if the knockout lasts
I
that long
found something
beyond that section.
in one of the Sentry Cyborg's visual logs. Guess who shows up?
Patch it through.
That's always happened to everyone, hasn't it? How you try putting the cord into a USB port and yeah, you gotta keep flipping it upside down or such.
Ah, yeah, been there, been there.
Send us what you do have. We've already commenced the outbreak. The Sears program? Yep. Same one old Georgie boy used on the kids in Liberia.
Metal Gear
Of course, it's going
2
straight to the brain.
flashbacks.
Feels as real as anything else. Your work is astonishing. And your work is late. We need to shit before our cover is blown. You got some assholes. Fingers!
I couldn't
Does
resist.
not have the full quantity yet. Each brain has its own unique.
Oh, good old Robotnik.
Ah,
It's not like
yes.
we can just pop them out with an ice cream scoop. All right. Make your point.
Hank Hill, is that you?
Thank you for understanding. Send what you have now. I will destroy any.
Damn it, sundown!
Okay? But have you
I
any
shall
idea
propane
what
and
they cost?
accessories. I guess the propane.
weren't exactly rare in part of the world.
I guess
I
the
sell
sales-
propane and propane accessories.
I guess
Once we
propane
set
sales
up a
hit
new
the
lab,
roofs, considering that he's now
They
in a
leave lives
VIP
of
suit
hunger
or
and
something.
pain. Performing a service here for them and the cities they burn. But just gathering the donors required a significant investment. Yes, yes. You'll get the money. Accounting will be in touch. Gracias. I assure you we will dispose of our inventory the instant we can confirm payment. Are we done here? I've got a full slate today. Tecumseh is a demanding mistress.
For some reason, Sundown reminds me of the... I can't remember what they were in the Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicle things. Like those two tyrant things or whatever they were wearing those kind of jackets.
Desperado's chief of operations goes by Sundown, the Californian Wild.
I can't remember.
I haven't played
We're too late.
those games, but
Only
I
one way to find out.
think
George
kind
was
of what
still
you're
alive.
getting at, but I'm
Maybe the
getting
payment
actually
hasn't
more of a
come through yet.
nemesis out of Sundown in that
But you
jacket.
heard what he said. They've already started
From
some brains on VR
Resident
training.
Evil
There must be more
Evil
than just
3.
what I found here.
3?
What about the VIP in the suit?
I'll find out. You definitely seem familiar.
Right.
thinking
I'm
of the
going
hill
after the
lately.
kids.
But in all seriousness,
What? Oh, so that's where Hank Hill's been all this time.
indeed. But in all seriousness, though, we got a glimpse there of the movement. Made. Now, shall we say, asshole, we need to beat around. Not at the end of this game, but let me tell ya, the way how we beat him down is easily pretty among my favorite freaking guys. Any goddamn game I play. I'm serious. Okay, I have to say that. Again, it's still a little ways away, but Ah, yeah.
Oh god, these things.
But when I said that the last basically has sort of a downside of having that double lock going on, that was basically what happened there. If you basically chain heavy triangle attack and try to block that finisher down. So when, well, that it basically only works really well on the enemies in the front or the side, but leaves you really vulnerable for anyone who decides to use the surprise what in the path moment. So yeah, that's the only downside to that. And I'm basically here trying to get this one item here I noticed, but that apparently is something that you can only get as a tripod, so definitely won't be getting it here through this playthrough.
And so you're going to take your rage out on this shelf?
Oh, not a rage, I just for some reason decided to break some shit up. There's to be a really common impulse with this game, for some odd reason.
What?
Maybe the coordinates you sent us were off?
No way. I merged the GPS location of our entry with all my movement data from that point on.
Exactly what Raiden didn't tell you, it was this was the most cheapest GPS device available, so it basically
I better keep
ate
moving.
through the coordinates up like hell. Get some nano paste. And basically here I was just trying to decide whether or not having the pole arm equipped, because spoiler, we're going to fight an boss of sort. Or at least the boss of this mission, but sadly this thing will also become a regular enemy before the next chapters of this game, or some of them, sadly. So I think they luckily have done it to be somewhat common, but anyway. That's the thing we need to be down. Jesus Christ, this thing can be annoying if you're not paying attention or just give you that.
The bastard is blocking the way. Push that thing back.
Will do. Hold your mustache, Boris. So this is basically what I'm gonna do, and that's the annoying thing that this is. You can sometimes use those missiles that start falling on you, and pretty much the only way to get rid of them is to go to the place that got so
You can switch to light method. Careful. It is all new battle now.
Luckily, so get someone with those missiles that can it's something new, but it doesn't always be that. Yeah, so how I it after carrying is the key of making whenever hitting arms red, that's your key to keep hitting something target. Like some other enemies. So hard this thing is actually quite bad, so be careful.
For some reason, it sort of reminds me of the mechas from Gundam when...
Technically, this game sort of like but some simple like transform. So personally, I'm getting more but let's see. What's the other thing? I'm getting more Full Metal Panic out of that. Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen Full Metal Panic.
I was getting more of that kind of vibe out of this. Anywho, finally after 15,000 we have finished up, and sadly no Sand. Still a rank. More than good enough for me.
Raiden. I knew I'd seen that guy before. Stephen Armstrong. As in Colorado Senator Stephen Armstrong. They're already talking about him as a shoo-in for the nomination in 2020. And get this. 2 years ago, a federal grand jury investigated his ties to a certain private...
World Marshal. One of the biggest PMCs out there. I remember.
The biggest, ever since the Big Five split up. Not to mention the single largest investor in military cyborg R&D in the world. Guess that answers the question of who's backing Desperado.
Marshall and Desperado in bed together.
Oh my.
Fun headlines.
Headlines? This is World Marshal and a U.S. Senator we're talking about. There won't be any headlines. Even without the Patriots filter, no major media outlet will investigate allegations like these. It'd be financial and political suicide.
So we just what? Sit back while they keep carving up kids, stand aside while they build an army of cyborgs? You heard them. We shut down one lab, they build another. They're planning something big, Kev. We can't just wait for it to happen. We need to hit them first and hit them hard where it counts.
No, Raiden, no. I know what you're thinking, and just know. Colorado is in America, and America has these things called laws.
Mm-hmm. And law enforcement in Denver was privatized and farmed out to...
Marshall, yes, so what?
Why
They are
does
still
that
laws,
sound
and it's their headquarters for Christ's sake.
familiar?
You'd be heading right into the heart of a raging shitstorm.
Privatizing police
I didn't say
forces
it would be
to a
easy.
company.
We'll figure it out once the kids are safe.
Jesus Christ, Kevin out.
Seriously, I wouldn't actually be surprised if that was sort of an unintentional reference.
That
though.
UG, made in the East?
Indeed, the Grad, Russian for hail.
I decided to
It
leave
is
this
built by the Allied
conversation in
Soviet
because
Machine Works
I just
Design
thought
Bureau
that gave
in
some
the
interesting
Dnipropetrovsk,
information about the
Ukraine.
boss we just
That's
fight. So.
not easy to remember. Is it an old Soviet firm?
Indeed. Technically, the UG's name is pronounced Grad, the Ukrainian way.
Is it just
But
because
most in the business pronounce it
Doctor's head
Grad,
look a bit
Russian style.
oddly
Crazy to think
shaped?
I'd
Like,
find something
like
that
it
in Mexico
looks a
of
bit...
all places.
I don't know.
Well, drug cartels have
Yes,
been using
Conehead.
Russian and
That's
Eastern
what I'm
European
looking
weapons for
for.
quite a while now, you know. Of course, the
yeah,
Arms Trade Treaty should have made importing
it
something
does
that
a
size
little bit,
rather
but-
challenging.
Not for whoever's backing these guys, I
Never
guess.
really bothered me before.
I must admit, I never expected to see my magneto-stricted actuators in action again.
Magneto, what?
An actuator that takes advantage of the change in shape
Or,
when certain materials are magnetized.
Welcome to
It was one of my many research subjects back in East Germany.
I don't know why
So
I
you
just
think that
brought
research
that
made it to the
reference, but
Ukraine
okay.
and got picked up by the Wisny, whatever?
Indeed.
I think I may have just noticed this, but doesn't his head, doesn't Doctor's head look familiar to you? To like, Hinsky.
It saddens me to see this.
Don't let it bother you, Doc.
no,
You made me
Bob,
too, right?
bitch.
And now your latest creation is gonna take them down.
He's got the cone and the cone chin too.
Forward to the day.
My god, Doctor, please don't tell me your last name is Popinski. I swear to God. Ugh. That would be some shit that the curse of Popinski just won't leave us alone. My god. Ay, 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 ay.
Somehow it's making us, he's sneaking into all the other games we've been playing.
Yeah. Either causing disturbances or 10. Just popping up into our heads like that. My god. Ay, ay, ay. We need to settle this more with that me. And I got just here what?
More classified Patriot information was in that man's holographic memory.
This way for some little bit of loot.
You're not cardboard, so you can't live.
Well, yeah, okay. Okay, now steel foxes don't count, but if it was a metal barrel, that would still count. They actually did use one in before. For a short time.
Ah, an artificial blood cryopreserver. They must have begun preparatory freezing.
What do you mean?
That device is filled with synthetic blood plasma. It can
And I
slow the
think
metabolism
that
of a
might
harvested
actually
organ,
be the
circulating this plasma to sustain
stuff
oxygen
that's why
levels.
it was bumped
You can
with
preserve
the
an arm, a brain,
milk
any
here.
body parts for several hours.
Or
So what are they
considering
freezing
that
and
that
why?
stuff does
I
look
could
like
not
them.
say. Perhaps they
Does
plan to
look
sell
kinda
off
white.
the organs of the children they were told to dispose of.
Unbelievable.
You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
Will do, but first, enemy intel. Which once again, it's just left laying around, seriously. These guys just don't give a shit about their intel anymore. Oh, so this is where the kids who disappeared from Willy Wonka's factory ended up too.
Hey, stop right there.
That's our George!
George,
Yeah?
Wah, wah, wah.
you've heard of chloroform? A potent anesthetic in smaller doses.
Speaking of which, who have we not seen later on when we've been in the sewers here?
What?
Speaking of which, since we're out of the sewers now, who have we not seen throughout the sewer, like from the beginning of the sewer all the way to up to here now?
Surrender or decide the needs of the many or the needs of the
Canine or what? I can't remember his name. Wolf or something
Ah,
like that?
yes, yeah.
Don't worry about me now.
Quiet,
Where the hell
pendejo.
did he go?
Surrender.
Ah,
Couldn't
okay.
he have snuck up behind the scientist here?
Yeah, that would be actually a...
George,
That's actually a pretty good fight. Where the hell is
are
he?
you sure?
Oh, who knows? Maybe he's stuck in Stick Takeover and he's
ready.
fishing on some lifeboat he found out
precious.
somewhere.
What if we can take this escort to hell with me?
Also, considering that this chapter has been filled with, at least the beginning of it was filled with a ton of stuff referring to Ninja Turtles, at least in our eyes, would this guy be perhaps considered like...
I swear.
What was that scientist? Baxter. Would this guy like be...
Kevin Baxter or
Yeah.
something like that.
Would this guy be considered as one sort of a kind of reference spot? Ugh. What the fuck was up with that day, seriously? And it's a surprisingly small amount of blood considering that Raiden just got 2 people in hell, for Christ's sake. And on that little bit of a sore note, that concludes then newest episode of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. So, until next time, this is DoctorJhonReborn
And I'm Shank02.
saying bye-bye everyone, see yous later.
See yas.